What's up, you guys? Steve here with a shocking real estate update. Breaking news that just came out today as we've received word that there is one state that is going to be defying the CDC guidelines and is going to be issuing evictions starting right now. Now, as you guys know, the eviction moratorium has been set in place by the CDC. This is a federal guideline to ensure that no tenants at this time are being evicted as a result of hardships due to the pandemic. And we're seeing articles come out like this that say small-time landlords struggle to keep the lights on as the devastating eviction moratorium continues. We hear vocalize the pains that landlords are going through in the state of Colorado. We're hearing that in the state of New Jersey, new measures are going to be put in place to protect tenants from illegal lockouts during the eviction moratorium. However, there is one state that today has announced they've had enough and they're going to be doing what they want, and they're going to be lifting this ban, and evictions are going to be taking place in none other than the state of Texas. Article just came out today that says Texas courts open eviction floodgates. We just stepped off a cliff. So you guys, I'm going to be diving into this article. I'm going to let you know about this breaking news that the eviction moratorium, the ban, has been lifted and evictions are going to start happening in the state of Texas. Now, how does this work where there's a federal guideline that bans this, but the state says they're going to be overruling it and moving forward? Well, in short, evictions are going to start happening in Texas. Now, I'm going to be covering the details, like I said in this article, and I'm going to get you caught up on the latest. And the question is, will other states now start following suit as well, or will they hold to the federal guidelines? What could be the repercussions to anybody that decides to proceed with the eviction process? Will they be enforced by the state? Likely not. So you guys, let's go ahead and dive right in. I'm going to get you caught up on the latest as of today, April the 7th, 2021, regarding the eviction moratorium being overruled by the state of Texas. Now, before we dive in though, if you could do me a quick favor, it'll just take a second. If you like and appreciate these updates, keeping you up to date on real estate, stocks, Congress, the economy, anything having to do with investing or money, be sure to take a second to smash the like button, leave a comment, and share this video out on social media platforms. Those simple gestures just take a second and they really help out the channel a lot. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And if this is your first time here and you're not already part of the viewing community and you'd like to join the Ram fam to stay up to date on all those topics, be sure to smash the subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so that way as soon as I upload videos, you can get notified right away. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at SteveRam3. Get 2 free stocks when you download the Webull app using the link that I have in the description below. Consider joining the Patreon group to get exclusive access to me and these articles before they hit YouTube. And always remember that here on YouTube, whenever I respond to your comments, you're always going to see a gray stripe on my name. Now, if you don't see that, please use caution if it looks like me, because that is not me. Right now, YouTube has a problem with scammers trying to pose as YouTube content creators that are trying to steal your information. Look, I'm never going to leave random phone numbers in the comments, and I'm not going to ask for your bank account information. I'm not trying to steal your information. I'm trying to give you information. So with that being said, you guys, let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to give you the latest information regarding this breaking news on real estate and Texas that is going to be overruling the CDC's guidelines for evictions. So let's go ahead and dive right in. So link in the description below to this article that just came out today that reads, the Texas state court system is signaling that it will no longer enforce a federal order aimed to stopping evictions during the pandemic. That could clear the way for landlords to push ahead with tens of thousands of eviction cases that have been on hold. Now, the timing could be particularly painful for many families coming after Congress has approved billions of dollars to help people pay for rent that they've owed to avoid eviction. But before, the vast majority of renters have been able to receive any of that money. Legal aid attorneys are raising the alarm that the state is about to allow a wave of people to be put out of their homes with no place to go. We've had a failure of leadership that's going to result in tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, of Texans becoming homeless in a relatively short order, said Mark Melton, who heads up a pro bono team of 175 volunteer lawyers in Dallas. So let me know your guys' thoughts. They're saying this could spark a wave of evictions and homelessness in the state of Texas. Now, reading on, it says, what has changed is that an emergency order issued by the Texas Supreme Court has just expired. It had required judges to enforce a federal eviction moratorium from the CDC under which landlords cannot evict people. Now, the CDC order is aimed at preventing the spread of the pandemic from people being forced into more crowded living situations, such as homeless shelters or doubling up with other families. But after the Texas Supreme Court didn't extend its directive, an advisory body to the Texas courts went further. The Texas Justice Course Training Center issued guidance essentially telling judges it's not their job to enforce the CDC's order. So basically doubling down, saying we're not going to enforce this. It is not our job. So the state is saying they don't care what the federal government says. They're going to be moving forward with the eviction process. Now, the article says courts are no longer authorized by the Texas Supreme Court to abate or put on hold cases based on the CDC eviction moratorium. It reads, groups that are trying to prevent unnecessary evictions are worried. So they're saying that they're concerned because this is going to be pushing forward. Renters who are behind on rent are on their own, said Christina Rosales, deputy director of the Texas Housers, a prominent affordable housing group. That's the message that the Texas Supreme Court is sending, and we're gravely concerned. Even a major landlord group seems a bit baffled by the ruling. David Mintz, vice president of the Governor Affairs with the Texas Apartment Associations, says he has been reaching out to the Texas Supreme Court Training Center. We have asked them to clarify their guidance, Mintz says. We believe that the courts do have the ability to consider the CDC's declarations that are provided to them. Despite the changes in the Texas courts, there are landlords who may continue to abide by the CDC's orders. So what they're saying is that even though they're lifting this and they're allowing evictions, there still might be landlords that will take into consideration holding on evictions. And Mintz says many want to give their tenants a chance to apply and get that rental assistance money, since that can be in the best interest of both the landlords and the tenants. And as they mentioned, the federal government has just passed rental assistance aid that's going to be going out to tenants, but they're lifting this up before the tenants are able to get a hold of that money to help themselves out and the landlords. So what they're saying is some landlords might take into consideration waiting to see if their tenants can get that money and help them both out. Reading on, it says, on paper, landlords could still face hefty fines and even jail time for violating the CDC rules on evictions. But Melton says, in reality, there has virtually been no enforcement for landlords who violate CDC's orders, and he expects a significant number of landlords will now push ahead with evictions. So technically, if you violate these federal CDC guidelines, you could see jail time, but they're saying that they're not being enforced pretty much by anybody, and they're expecting landlords now in Texas to proceed with the eviction process. Once again, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Now, reading on, it says, I think we just step off a cliff that we really didn't want to step off of, Melton said. And already, he says he's seen cases where judges are allowing landlords to evict people who have been protected by the CDC eviction order. So, once again, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, as it sounds like they're going to be moving forward with this, and evictions are going to start happening here in Texas. Now, the question is this going to start happening in other states? I don't know. We'll see, and whatever unfolds, I'll keep you guys up to date. Now, we have heard that there is going to be an extension on forbearances, preventing foreclosures, and potentially till 2022. But it sounds like the state of Texas, they're pretty much abandoning federal guidelines and doing their own thing. And once again, if you'd like to see the latest on what they're proposing for extending out the forbearance period, be sure to check out this video right here where I cover the latest. And also, a lot of people have been concerned about the real estate market values crashing as a result of a massive wave, a tsunami, they're saying, of inventory hitting the market once all of these restrictions are lifted. Now, if you'd like to get the latest on that, be sure to check out this right here where I let you know the latest and share with you the data and give my thoughts and perspectives as to what's going to be unfolding with the real estate market. So you guys, like I said, I'll be sure to keep you up to date as more information rolls out. This just came out today, breaking news that in Texas, evictions are going to be starting. And once again, you guys, if you like and appreciate these video updates, keeping you up to date as to what's unfolding with real estate, stocks, anything having to do with investing or money, be sure to smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, follow me on Instagram at SteveRam3, and you guys, I hope this reaches you well. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.